want something out of life, if you want to change yourself, if you want to acquire something, if there's some goal that you want to reach, changing your behaviors, overcoming negative habits, it's challenging. It's hard. Most people go through life never discovering what their talents are. Most people never develop their talents.
The only thing that's going to make you happy, my friend, in this year or any other, is to step up. It's to raise the standard. It's to discover what you're capable of and feel that incredible power of pushing through whatever's holding you back and get to the other side of more of your true self. That's what this game's all about.
When you step into your fears and continue to push yourself to go on, something happens for you.
If you look at somebody who's really successful and you think, wow, I mean, they're so amazing, they're such a genius, you got to dig underneath and you got to remember something. People are rewarded in public for what they've practiced for years in private.
If you don't develop the courage to do that which has been given you to do, and you spend a lot of time going around trying to convince other people or trying to get their approval, what will happen is that you will lose your nerve. And other people will.
What's up, folks? We are live in the house. We are here. I am Coach Mark, and I am excited to be with you tonight to share this wonderful story of this young man that I met a few years ago and his transformation. So the goal is to really just share the stories, to see that everyday people are doing extraordinary things when they shift their mindset and shift their energy. So I'm going to bring in our guest with us, and he's going to be joining us, Mr. Dwayne. What's up, man?
What's going on, Mark? How's it going?
It's going well, man. I am excited. Listen, you have broke the internet. You have broken the internet. I don't know what it is. You must be a celebrity or something, because literally on my social media, I got a handful of people that touch my information. But when I posted your commercial that I just showed, I had hundreds of people in less than 24 hours. So I'm excited to be with you tonight.
Hey, man, I'm very thankful and grateful for the invitation. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here this evening with you and to share my story.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it. You ready?
I'm ready.
So just let everyone know is we're trying something new tonight on this new platform. So it's going to be interactive. So we want you to participate. If you hear something or you have questions for Dwayne, feel free to respond to him in Facebook, and we will get those messages to him, and we will be responding to him. But like I mentioned before I introduced, it's all about Dwayne tonight and all about his story. Someone said, well, where's your story? Where are your pictures at? It's not about me. It's about you tonight. All right? So let's kick this off. So listen, we know we've seen the end results, but let's talk about your journey just in general and coming up through life and your health and wellness journey prior to you making the decision or coming to the revelation, I need to do something different. Give us a quick synopsis of that.
Well, hi, everybody. I have always been a short, chunky, little pudgy guy. Growing up, I'm from a small town along the Mississippi River where food is wealth. That's how we communicate. That's how we show our love for each other. And a lot of that food is not necessarily something someone would consider healthy food. It's food to make you feel good, food to make you enjoy life and enjoy the people you're with. So a lot of my upbringing was based around food. I worked at a reception hall in high school. So yeah, I was always around food, man. We have tons of festivals where we celebrate food. Jambalaya Fest, Andouille Fest.
Wait a minute, you gotta stop, because you giving all the story, but you haven't told us where you're from. You haven't given us a physical.
Okay, I'm from a small town called St. James, Louisiana, right smack in the dead middle of New Orleans and Baton Rouge. So
just the fact that you are from Louisiana, that tells it all right there.
Exactly. But we claim New Orleans. So we always tell people that visit New Orleans that if you want real, authentic Louisiana food, you got to go down to the country, go down the river, and that's where you're going to experience some real Louisiana cuisine. So, yep, I grew up on all of that. I remember through high school, weight wasn't really an issue. I was, like I said, I was the chubby kid. I wasn't athletic. I marched in a band. I had a growth spurt at about 11th, 12th grade, where after that, I left St. James, the small town, and went to Southern University to march in the band. So that was my ticket out the country. And when I first started marching in the band, I dropped weight like crazy, man. Everybody thought I was sick. But the reality is it was the first time I had actually done physical activity, real physical activity.
Now, listen, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm not going to hold it against you that you went to Southern. I went to TSU. So, I ain't going to hold it against you. You still good people, but, it's not TSU.
There's so many TSUs. I'm not sure which one to hate on at the moment, but
well, there's only one HBCU, TSU, in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, damn, them, the aristocrats, those folks. I thought you meant Texas Southern, man, or Tyler Junior College or something like that, man.
You gotta be glad that you my guest tonight, because I would kick you out.
I thought I told you. I thought I told you, man. Now.
Go ahead. You was at Southern in the marching band, dropping weight.
I was in the marching band, and that was actually my first transformation, man. I lost a significant amount of weight, but it was nothing done differently other than I was practicing with the band all the time, which was a huge difference for me. I dropped a lot of the baby weight, still had the flabby belly and the jiggly, but we was cool with that. We could manage that. But it was definitely something that he don't want to go to work. It was definitely something that changed me and my outlook, man. I kind of got the bug. I didn't really get into fitness, but I liked the way I felt in my clothes, which was, a nice little glimpse to me. From college, man, I graduated. I immediately started working for Southern, encouraging other folks to go to Southern University as a admissions recruiter. So,
won't hold that against you either.
So my life on the road, man, was a bunch of receptions, a bunch of parties, a lot of libations, and that compounded over the years. From job to job, I was doing a lot of traveling. I was doing a lot of eating. I was doing a lot of partying. I was doing a lot of celebrating. And before I knew it, I had gained a good, probably 30, 40 pounds after being active. And then I fell in love with my wife. She was
in love.
And I kind of got back on the fitness tip, just to kind of regulate my weight. But it was never something that I was excited about. Right. And I always got to that point where I'm like, okay, well, I'm fine now. I look at my clothes, but when I take my clothes off, I'm not comfortable. Which is why I was like, okay, at some point I'm gonna start this Look Good Naked plan. And that way I wouldn't be able to hide from myself. Right. So time passed. I got bigger. We got married in 2017. Yeah. I'm lying. 2013.
Listen, you gotta get that right, because I'm pretty sure she's gonna watch this video and she's not gonna appreciate the fact that you can't.
Right. But we both, you know how when you working towards something, it's like, okay, well, we're gonna work out together. We want to look nice on our honeymoon. Right. And at that point, I still kind of felt insecure because I hadn't gotten to my ideal weight. But we were looking nice. So, we were okay. But it was nothing that, okay, I'm proud to take my shirt off or I want to share with everybody. I was content with myself. And then we got pregnant. And I remember, man, she walked in the living room crying, semi-excited, semi-anxious. And she told me she was pregnant. My life changed in that very moment. You know how they say your life flashes in front of your eyes?
Right.
In that very moment, man, something just clicked. I was like, okay, wait a minute, I got to do something. And that was really the click that kind of changed my life. Knowing that I would be a father, knowing that I always, wanted to be a father. So I wanted to bring my best self into that situation. So,
I'm sorry to interrupt, but let me ask you a question. So what was the defining moment? Because most people have this epiphany, or there is this instant that where it's like, I got to do this now. This is the right time, the right place, the right moment. Everything's in place. I got to do this now. That's totally
that moment. That's totally what that moment was for me when she told me she was pregnant. I knew something clicked in my brain. When I tell you I got down on the floor, Mark, I started doing push-ups. And I was like, okay, well, I have to make a change. From that moment on, man, every morning, and it was kind of cool because one of my close friends who was training to be a boxer, he was always working out and training and stuff. And I was like, man, I'm gonna join you one day. And you know how that conversation is, man, how you do this? And it's a lot of the questions that I'm getting now, but I just had to get out there with him, man, and do it. So my first, I guess, plan of action was I started running, man. I've always kind of ran and jogged, but I was running and jogging with a purpose now. I had to get myself together. I wanted to be confident in myself, taking your shirt off. We have been married for 3 years, man. We have been married for about 5 years. And I had to just let myself go. I wasn't comfortable with myself. And here is a reason to be great. I'm about to be a dad. So from that moment on, man, I used my friends as accountability partners. We would send push-up videos to each other back and forth. It started off as a challenge. Whenever we visit one another, we stop at the door, drop, and give you 30 push-ups. That number grew from 30 to 40 to 50, all the way up to 100. And my guys, we had a video group chat where we would, no excuses, just send the video. And it had two.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have a question. You said something that just really hit home. For those of you that don't know, I am a certified wellness coach, and I just finished my first course, which allowed me to get my associate, and I'm getting my professional certification in school now. But this week in class, we talked about community, the importance of community, and having people, as well as people around you that support you with what you're trying to do. How important was that to you as it relates to reaching your goals?
It was extremely important. My best friend was getting married at the time, and he had a bachelor party planned in Vegas. So that was another incentive on top, my wife being pregnant, that said, hey, we want to go to Vegas and look good and feel good. So we started, encouraging each other, pushing each other, sending each other push-ups. And just the type of person I am, Mark, I just kind of extended that community to my other friends that had consistently been talking about working out. But, the core group of us, we were going hard at it, man. We would drop and give push-ups in the middle of the day. If somebody sent a video, we had to respond with our video. No, I'm going to do it later. No response in words. Just send your push-ups. And that was a way we was able to keep in touch with each other. We didn't have to say good morning. We didn't have to say, how you doing? We sent the push-ups, and that was our check-in for each other. And we did that on a daily basis. So that got cool, man. The groups grew, they shrunk, they grew. And a lot of people that kind of saw what was going on with me, saw me physically changing, asked me to be added to the group. So I did that. It was extremely fun, man. I even connected with my high school band director and had him doing push-ups.
Okay, come on, band director.
Yes, he's actually a director in Atlanta, man. I'm not sure the name of the school, but he was like, man, I see what you're doing, man. What's the deal? And I was like, well, I'm no trainer, but I do push-ups every day. So if you want to do something, the push-ups were kind of like the catalyst to get you excited about working out and get your mind going, saying, okay, well, I did the 20 push-ups. Now I can do something else. So
yeah. Now I'm gonna put this picture up here because this is the question that everybody wants to know. They see the process, and this is the end process. So, did you have surgery or any type of weight loss surgery to help you get to the end result that we see in this picture?
No, sir. That's the first time somebody asked me that question, man, and it's a little offensive because I know all the blood, sweat, and tears I put into this process. That picture that you see on the left, man, I was living in Baton Rouge. I was depressed. But I said, okay, I want to look back at this picture and be excited that I'm not that guy anymore. Little did I know, with me wanting to change, that I wouldn't just change physically, I would change mentally, and other decisions that I made in life would go along with that change. So the way I ate, the way I slept, my sugar intake, my knowledge of how to do workouts properly, a whole bunch of things changed for me at that point, and it didn't all happen at once. That picture is back in 2000 and either 17 or 18, and this picture is about 3 weeks ago. And COVID really did it for me, man. Having this extra time where I'm not flying across the country, going from place to place, working, because although the transformation journey began, that everything kind of led up to where it is now. Nothing just kind of happened. The workouts that I see myself doing now is definitely something that I didn't think I would be doing. But I've gradually built up to that. The diet part, tried tons of diets. I even tried starving myself at one point.
Let's stop right there when we talk about food, because listen, I'm the type of person that if you are my friend on social media, I keep up with you.
Mm-hmm.
I may never comment, I may never say anything, but I keep up with you. I ain't picking out, but I've been following you for a few years. And for those of you that don't know, I met him years ago through a mutual friend. We hung out. We ain't gonna talk about that story. That's our business. And like the good Miss Brown from California, and that's my business. I can do what I want to do. But we talk about this food because I see some of your posts, and it don't look like you hold back, especially on the seafood. I think recently you did you always doing a seafood boil.
Yeah.
But recently I saw it laid out, and I was like, you're not holding back on the food. So talk to me about the food.
It's the culture. It's the culture, man. It's how I grew up. When I moved here to Dallas, you can imagine that I couldn't find no crawfish that I like, that tastes good. That was what I'm used to. Thank you, Tasia B. I couldn't, home wasn't here. And when you know how to do what you need to do, you can make home wherever you are. So
right.
When we first moved out here, I was trying the local crawfish and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, let me do this myself. At this point, Mark, I am on a seafood diet, which means I eat what I see.
Yeah, because on one of your posts, I read it. I read the full post. I eat what I want to eat, which is amazing because most of us on any type of weight loss journey, we have to be very mindful about the food choices that we make.
Right.
And definitely if we want our bodies to look halfway as what you got. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Mine ain't coming out of the way, but I got, some things this year. I might have to have some surgery to help me out. But did it snap back? What's going on? Tell us your secret. That's what we want to know.
Man, believe it or not, man, I still have some insecurities about the excess skin. People say, I don't know what you're talking about, but I know it's there. I used to have a gut. As you can see that picture, man, I had a gut, and it got to a point in the workout where I was like, it's not sexy. So I focused.
Just for a second, repeat that last statement.
Oh, I was just saying, I had a gut, man. I had lost the weight, but I still hadn't got my body fat percentage down, and I had a little excess flab from the leftover weight that I had lost. So the struggle now is to get it all tight and firm, and that's really what we're working on now. Where I am in that picture, which you see with the abs and the stuff, is probably midway of where I want to be. Everybody has their own perspective of what they want their body to look like. I want to gain a few pounds and get a little bigger than what I am. But I had that excess skin that was I was insecure about it. But I know that could probably change with a proper diet. But as you can see, I ain't on no diet, man.
Listen,
the food.
One of the things is when we started out, I said, are you gonna have a cocktail? Because I want people to understand that we're just everyday people. And part of this journey and being everyday people is that the transformation, the outward transformation that you see is not, it's only one aspect of it. A lot of it has to do with the mental and the shift that you have in your mind. And one of the questions that we got, I'm gonna put a post up here. It says, what did you do to work on your mindset during your journey?
That's a huge component. Your mindset is a huge component because once you get to that point where you make a decision that you're going to change, nothing will stop you. Not your work schedule, not your family, not your frenemies. Nothing can stop you when you're determined to do something. I didn't have a particular deadline that I wanted to meet. I just know that I wanted to get to a certain look.
Pause. Say that again, because a lot of people, when they're on the journey, I got to get here by this date. But when you really have a shift in your mindset, the dates go away.
The dates go totally away.
Tell us about that.
Well, that's kind of the question that I get all the time about how long it's going to take me to look like you. Can I buy your abs? And I'm like, you can pay me, but you're not going to get my abs. When you're determined, man, you will. I think Jamie Foxx said this on that movie, Booty Call. You could bite through your skin when you want something bad enough. Was that Booty Call or was that? I don't remember the movie. But when you want something bad enough, you'll do what you have to do. And I had gotten to that point. I wanted to be proud of finally accomplishing something that I had always wanted to do. Something that was rooted in being bullied, something that was rooted in the way I was raised with the food that we ate all the time. Not saying anything was wrong with it. That just wasn't my focus. So when I made that decision, my mindset was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I have a child that's going to be dependent on me. I want to bring my best self to him. And that had a lot to do with how I felt about myself.
You said something in one of your posts, which was, I think was amazing. And it just spoke to, and I think, you don't know, I'm going to tell you this. You were the inspiration to this transformation Thursday.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why is not only from the physical standpoint, but what you said in your post, because I read it.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, it says, when you get tired of, I think you said, tired of what you see in the mirror, then you move to action. And then you said that there was something that shifted where you begin to love yourself and love yourself enough to move into action and do some things for yourself and to make that transformation. So it had a lot to do with, one, being tired of, you see yourself, if you're unsatisfied with yourself, you got to do it. I remember I was complaining to a friend, and he said, if you don't like the way you look, do something about it.
That's it. It's probably the most simple thing you can do. If you don't like, and I'm a photographer. Most of my family and friends that are on here that know me know that I'm a creative person. I love photography. But the biggest disappointment, and I'm an expensive photographer. I am not that expensive. But the biggest
you say you're an expensive photographer. Oh, okay.
The biggest disappointment.
Services, you gotta pay some money. Don't come cheap looking for a cheap photographer.
Not too much money, but what you're paying for is to get the best image, what I can produce. And then when people come to me and, I take pictures, and it's not the pictures that they don't like, it's themselves that they don't like. I could identify with that because I was behind the camera for so long. And I could hide behind making other people look good with my talents. And there was no reason for me to look good because, hey, I'm taking the pictures of the people. But it was a feeling that I could identify with people when they say, oh, I don't like this role. Can you edit this? Can you change me to look like I want to look? And, the whole time I'm thinking, well, you can make yourself look how you want to look. Probably not in this moment, but you can get there if you wanted to. But I identified with that feeling. I wasn't comfortable with myself. And just encountering all these people that wanted to change themselves. I knew that I had to do something for myself. It's a cool picture. I knew that I had to do something to get where I wanted to be, so I wouldn't always have the excuse, well, let me try this side and let me tuck this in, and this is my good side. No, I wanted to be, I wanted to appreciate myself from every angle. And I wanted to finally be in front of the camera. As you can see right here in this picture, this picture is actually me teaching my best friend how to take pictures, and just trying stuff. So I'm modeling and I'm teaching the photographer how to shoot, change the settings. But it was a amazing time, man. When I tell you, I felt good. This is actually the second of 2 shoots that I ever did with my shirt off. And I knew it would kind of cause some type of rift because I've always been a pudgy guy. Nobody knew what I was working on. And at some point during the process, I stopped posting pictures. I stopped posting workout pictures because I was like, wait a minute, this is getting serious to me. I'm waking up at 6 a.m, going running and then lifting weights. And I read something in a book that says, you don't have to show everybody the behind the scenes progress. When you're comfortable, you can share it, and then, let people appreciate the work of your labor. The truth is,
that's an interesting conversation because I know for me, I used to always like, why are they posting their workout videos? And then it's not necessarily for anyone else. I could care less if anyone else sees.
Right.
It was a means of accountability.
There you go.
And also the process, the process of the journey for me. But talk about a little bit about the feeling and the satisfaction that comes from, wait a minute, I'm doing this. This is happening for me. I'm giving you Supermodel Pose magazine cover, and I ain't ashamed to do it.
Right.
Talk about that energy.
I was a little apprehensive, man, in my career in higher education. It's not really, can't be a higher education administrator taking model pictures, but I'm just so proud of myself of getting to this point. This is not the end, but for me, I know how much pain I've gone through. And that's what I want to share with folks. This is not easy. But what in life worth having is. It was not an easy process. I'm actually sore right now because I want them lines in my legs, and leg day ain't fun, but the pain you feel, you know that it's going to turn into something that you want. So mindset, going back to the mindset, I'm trying not to jump around because there's a whole lot that I want to share, but going back to your mindset, it gets to a point where you're working out and you have that mind muscle connection, and you can actually target the part of your body that you want to focus on and draw blood to that area to work it out, to break down that tissue so it can grow back as muscle and not fat. So your mindset is a huge part of it, man. This belt that I have on that picture is wrapped around me twice.
Wow.
I got a little piece of Velcro in the back, man, because that was an expensive belt, bro. And I mean, I can't go back and say, well, can you shorten the leather? It's some Velcro, man. I'm not getting rid of my Gucci belt because I might gain some weight one day, bro. That was a gift. That was a gift.
Because honestly, you started your journey. Can we honestly say probably in 2017?
Probably, yeah, around 2017-ish. Life happened from then. So we had the kid, and then I had some other life events that kind of made me go harder. I spoke about it in the post where I was kind of trying to distract the negativity that was going on with, work and other relationships. So I actually used the workout as a mechanism to cope. And I said, I'm not going to let this take me down. I'm not going to let this defeat me. So let me defeat myself by working out. And at least I know I'll have something to look forward to.
Now, did you always love working out? I mean, initially, because a lot of people just don't like, it hasn't been a habit. They don't like it. I mean, working out seems very hard and challenging and feels like a task. So what was your opinion when you first started working out? Was it something that you just enjoyed doing?
The earliest memory of me working out was running on the levee as a kid, because I was tired of being called fat. I was tired of being bullied. So I felt like I needed to do something, but everybody was like, running's going to stunt your growth. And I was like, well, I'm short already, so it really doesn't matter.
That's the first time I've heard that.
I really wanted to be a runner, man. Running on the levee kind of started everything. And that was on and off as I grew up. I was just trying to do something. I wasn't a football player. I wasn't a basketball player. So that was my little escape. Working out has become an addiction. Working out makes me feel really, really good. It's a creative endorphins. And a lot of people that see me in the gym now going extra super hard, it's like, you're just addicted to feeling good. And I agree, man, with the world being crazy as it is right now, me being grounded from traveling for work, trying to synthesize everything that's going on, and block out all the negativity that's going on. I could escape to this place in my mind where I'm working on myself and I am, constantly improving myself so that I can be the best person that I need to be for my family. My friend Misha, who just commented on the video, she was super, super skinny and I was super, super fat in high school. And we would call each other fat names and skinny names, man. And although we love each other, we grew up together. We kind of these roles kind of changed, but we still call each other the same names, man. But those little moments were motivating moments to say, hey, I want to finally accomplish something that I've always wanted to do. And if I don't do it now, my knees probably go bad, my bones probably break. I don't always want to have that excuse and then meet all my other friends that are IFBB pro and working on their bodies. And I'm that guy that comes up to them and, man, how do you do it? What do you did? And I'm approached that way And I want everybody to feel good like I feel. So I'm like, hey, let's run. Let's start on these push-ups. Let's do something. Because I realize how important that community part is, that accountability piece where you feel like you have someone to be responsive to, that can push you in a whole nother direction to accomplish those goals. The biggest part about working out is the consistency part.
Yeah. So, and that was leading me to the question I have for you, which you said a couple of things that I just point out. One is I was telling you about my class I went to, and it was talking about resilience and talking about community. And it says initially, your friends and your community believe in your capabilities more than you believe in yourself, which stood out to me because there's people that point out potential that they see in me that at one time I didn't even see it in myself. So that's one aspect of it. But the last part that you just said, which was really good, when I brought up the resilience part.
Consistency.
So that was the question. How much does routine play effect in maintaining your transition? Or not, that's not the question, but how much does routine play in a part of your transformation?
It's everything, honestly. Routine, consistency, they're synonymous. I didn't start seeing real results until I was consistent. Consistent with a diet, consistent with working out, consistent with cardio, consistent with meditation, which is kind of the fruits of this labor. They kind of evolved into.
Say it again, because that's so powerful. People miss out on that part right there. What did you say?
Meditation.
Wow.
Which is simply breathing, which is the antithesis of all of this stuff. If you don't breathe, you can't wake up. If you don't breathe, you can't make plans. And I remember working out when I first started going to the YMCA in Baton Rouge. I was doing these group workouts, man, and this guy, our trainer, he had these abs, and I was like, dude, Ian, how do I get these abs? And he said, honestly, it's just breathing. That didn't make sense until 7 years later.
Wow.
That didn't make sense until I'm in the sauna now, and I'm inhaling, and I'm filling my lungs up, and as I exhale, it's a crunch, and I let all the air out of my body. That breath is connected to your movement, and it just clicked one day. I was like, wait a minute, abs are really your breath. You're breathing in and out. And until you start to realize that the inhale is connected to as you fill your lungs up, and the exhale, you are contracting your abdominal muscles. You're doing a crunch right there. Inhale, exhale. And if you close your eyes and block everything out, that's called meditation.
Yeah. And that's, I think that's the power of the mind. And when you're really transforming, a lot of it happens in the mind. Because honestly, my goal weight was 210 pounds. I said, if I get that, I'm doing good. Because when I was on my journey previously, once I got to 210, you couldn't tell me anything. I was only there for one day. One day, though. But I said, so I'm going to try to get to 210. But there was something that happened in my mind that had nothing to do with the goal. It just automatically became a habit. And I saw the weight automatically just come down. And now I'm at 195. But this kind of goes to some of the things I really want. Dexter asked the question. He wants to know, are there any hints on getting those last 10 to 15 pounds off? Seems would not shed off in this COVID pandemic.
Man, Dexter, hints is you got to go crazy. You got to go for it, man. Those last 10 to 15 pounds are going to break you and make you Olympian. That mindset, man, once your body gets used to doing the same exercises, same routine, it plateaus, it doesn't change. So you got to switch it up. And if you've been going hard, you got to go harder, because them last 10 to 15 pounds, it'll keep you up at night. It'll have you sore in the morning, at night. It'll make you go crazy. But I think that last 10 to 15 whether it's pounds or body fat percentage. I think it's the thing that keeps you going. This is an everyday thing. And once you get to that point, you realize, oh, I got to get an hour of something in every day. And I'll have a day designated just for rest. I started off 3 to 4 days a week, and that turned into 4 to 5 days a week. And that turned from 5 to 6 days a week. And sometimes when I went crazy, it was even 7 days a week. But I don't do that every day. Double backing on that thing of consistency. I illustrate this to people that I come in contact with. It's like, this working out thing is like walking upstairs. And every time you walk up a stair, you're closer to your goal. But that day you don't work out and you pick out, you taking a few steps back.
Yeah. Initially early in my journey, I had to tell myself this, because I had to shift my eating habits. Like you, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I come from a Black family. We lay out the food. I mean, my mom, she was raising 3 boys, single. So we didn't have small meals. Everything was massive. So I didn't even know how to cook small one-portion meals.
I still don't. That's why when you see on my social media, I got this big buffet because I don't know how to do nothing small. So
I'm like, can I get some of the crab legs and some of the good food? But literally, I had part of the mindset was I had to tell myself, this bite, this food will determine if you reach your goal or not. And literally, every time that I ate, I told myself that. And it starts shaping really a consciousness that what you eat and what you consume plays a large part of what you do. Because in my journey, I lost most of my weight from diet or changing my eating habits.
Right. And it's a huge
Then when I started adding active movement into it, then it really started going. So talk to me the difference between diet and eating habits, because people get confused or get it all tangled up, and they have different effects.
Right, totally. Well, I learned at a very young age that diet is everything that you eat. So it's not necessarily a particular keto, Atkins or something. And it's something that I kind of failed to really pay attention to. But it was important when I was trying to lose weight that I eliminated sugar, because that's a huge deal. We drink a lot of soda, eat a lot of candy. And as soon as I took the sugar out of my diet, man, I was a coffee person because I'm working in state government. Coffee every morning, tons of sugar, creamer. You got a coffee shake in the morning, man, and all of that sugar was just kind of adding weight. And if I didn't have any activity, it was totally turning into fat. So I cut sugar out like a crackhead, man. I was like, no more sugar. Replace the sugar with Splenda. No sodas, just water. I would treat myself on the weekends. But it really started to change my metabolism just by eliminating sugar. My diet only changed significantly. Down South Louisiana, us good Catholic folks, for Lent, we give up something that we like. And this time I decided to give up meat. It was crazy for me to think of being in South Louisiana, but I had seafood to soothe my soul. So, I became a pescatarian, not a vegetarian, because I can't do that.
You became a Presbyterian?
A pescatarian,
Okay.
where I substituted all the meat for a lot of fish, and not your expensive fish, catfish, tilapia, and then I would have vegetables and some type of starch with that. That seafood switched from fish to shrimp to scallops to salmon to just trying different things, man. And that I saw the weight drop like crazy. I tried a few detoxes within there. And I was also going back and forth with the apple cider vinegar with the mother.
Yeah, wait a minute. Let me ask you about that, because I actually have 2 bottles in my cabinets, but I don't take it on a regular basis. I don't.
It's the Fountain of Youth.
What what's your advice to the folks as it relates to the apple cider, the mothers?
The mother is that brown stuff that accumulates at the bottom of it. You got to shake it up when you get it. I grew up hearing my family talk about it. It's the fountain of youth. I know people that drink it. I know people that put it in their food while they're cooking. I know people that take a bath in it to keep the skin tight. I believe it has some collagen properties to kind of rejuvenate your skin cells and keep it all tight and together. And that works internally as well within your organs. And just making sure that you are regular, because it does that. Making sure that your digestive system is in check. I'm a huge pickle fan, so I eat pickles after I work out. That's mainly so I don't cramp up. So I drink the pickle juice too, so I wouldn't do the apple cider vinegar all the time. But
now, do you take the apple cider vinegar straight, or do you mix it with something, or how do you
take a shot of it, tablespoon or a little shot glass of it? It's highly.
They said it's not good. They said it's not good to have a lot of apple cider vinegar, just natural in its purest form.
It's not good to have a lot of liquor either, but I mean, hey, we do that too, right? So just a tablespoon, man, either before or after a meal is going to keep you regular, keep you together. And it has so many benefits and properties from that, man. I would encourage you guys to check it out. I also tried a few detoxes just to kind of flush out probably every once a month or so. And I found a really good...
What detoxes do you recommend, or what detoxes do?
So I was using the Garcinia Cambogia, which is a natural herbal supplement that basically makes you regular. It increases your metabolism like crazy. And yeah, I recommend it for everybody. It doesn't have to be a specific brand. It's just going to give you those... it's going to give you what you need to regulate your digestive system.
Yeah. And it's called, what is it called? The Garcinia?
Garcinia Cambogia.
Oh, okay. I've seen that.
Yes.
Where do you typically get yours from?
My wife ordered it online. I can't find the company that she got it from, man. But I know I was on the toilet all the time. And then when you think about it, as far as back to the conversation about diet, we included vegetables in everything that we eat. And my wife, she started using Home Chef at the time. So Home Chef was go ahead.
I'm just that's one of the things that I do know I need to do is eat more vegetables. That's just not it's not working out.
I tell people when they want to diet, I say eat whatever's gonna make you use the bathroom the most. Because that needs to be your goal. That's how the weight gets out of your system, out of your urine. That water is going to flush everything out. If you can't starve yourself. And that's the biggest thing that I want anybody that's listening today. You can't starve yourself because your body is a machine. Your body is going to start to cannibalize itself. It's going to start to hold on to whatever it can and store that as fat so you can have energy. And if it's used to getting something and you just cut it off all of a sudden, then it's going to hold on to other stuff.
Right.
And then that's going to, it's going to manifest into different things. So you want to keep yourself regular. You're supposed to, I didn't think this was true, but you're supposed to poop twice a day. And
now, do you have the S shape or do you have the, you remember that interview where they said it's supposed to be the S shape on the log?
However they come out.
You just need to be regular. It don't matter how it comes out. You just need to be regular.
I remember my wife telling my friends and all the people that would come over that I was always on the toilet, that I lived on the toilet. And I when I look back, I realized that was when my body was getting rid of all of the fat, getting rid of all of the stuff that I needed to kind of drop my body fat percentage down so you could start seeing my muscle tone and definition. So that Garcinia Cambogia was a huge component on just speeding up my metabolism. That's what you need to focus on if you want to lose weight. You need to speed up your metabolism so that whenever you eat something, your body uses it for what it needs to, the energy it needs from that food particularly, and then you let it go. If you eat all this food and then you don't have no physical activity, then your body's going to hold on to that. It's going to turn that sugar into lipids, which lipids become fat if you don't excrete them from your body.
So listen, it's 8:55 already. We are almost at the end. And I feel like that there's so much more that we can get from you and gain from you. So let me first say to all the listeners and those that will be listening later, is my brother Dwayne is that's his goals, the goals that he set out for and the transformation that he set out for. That's what he did. It's possible. If you look at the picture of Dwayne previously, he was a regular, everyday, brother. He still is an everyday brother.
I am.
He's just down to earth and all that other stuff. You can transform. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to have the 6-pack or the 8-pack. If that's what you want, go for it. But you need to do something. So, if there was some advice that you could give to someone that, one, at the beginning of the journey, who realizes they had something, that there's a shift and they need to make something, what would it be? And then someone that's in the middle of their journey, so that they can really just keep pushing through and keep staying there. Because honestly, for someone to make a transformation and keep it as long as you have, that's a big thing, because most people who lose weight, even when they have surgery, gain it back within 2 to 3 years. I'm just being honest.
No, I know not in less than 2 to 3 years. And I strongly discourage that, man, because as I hope that people have gotten this from this interview, that this is not a easy fix. It's a transition that you grow into. Before I answer you, I want to say I couldn't afford a trainer. I didn't see the value in it when I had all these resources, YouTube, Instagram, everybody showing you exercises, which leads into what I want to say as far as answering your question. You got to be your own drill sergeant. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Ain't no surgery gonna do it for you. I mean, it's gonna give you the look that you want for a little while, but if you don't have that mindset of, I need to have a routine, I'm gonna watch the way I eat for whatever period of time, or even if I decide to eat what I want, I'm gonna go hard in the gym to burn that energy off. You gotta push yourself. You have to be your own drill sergeant. You have to activate your mindset and saying, hey, I'm gonna do this, and not slack off on anything. One thing that I learned from the best marching band in the land when I was a crab, man, we couldn't walk on the grass. And I never understood. I knew it was a whatever hazing ritual, but it was like the best part of my life. And we couldn't walk on the grass. And, the old heads would say, well, you can't cut corners in life. And that stuck with me. You have to hold yourself accountable. If you running 3 laps and you get to that 3rd lap, where you started and where you should finish. And if you don't finish where you started, if you don't push yourself to get to that part, who's going to do it for you? Because the next person is looking at you saying, okay, well, you did it, I could do it too. But they don't know what you did to get there. So if you're trying to reach a goal, you got to push yourself. You can't be easy on yourself. That's how you got to this point. And just try things that you haven't tried before. Get on YouTube, get on IG, get on Facebook. There's tons of people out here showing you the proper technique, showing you how to breathe, showing you breathing techniques. And that's another thing I want to encourage everybody to look at. Get your breathing in check before you start trying to do any of this. Get your mindset, your meditation. Try to figure out what that looks like, because you can endure any pain if you know how to breathe through it. And you're shaking your head, right, Mark? Because you get it. Yeah. What happens when somebody punches you in your stomach? You breathe because you're trying to.
Right.
But if I have a regulatory process of enduring pain in through my nose, out through my mouth, make a straw. I have a straw right here. You want to breathe out of that small hole, take in through your nose, out through your mouth. That's probably the most helpful tip that out of all of this that I done said. Because if you can't endure pain, you can't push yourself. If you can't push yourself, you won't grow. And if you don't grow, you'll never reach the goals that you're trying to get to.
Yeah. Wow. That's powerful. That's good, man. So tell us, what are you doing? Where can we find you? What's happening in your life right now? What's your path? Where can people find you? See to keep track of your journey and what's going on and so forth. And I mean, the biggest question that some people are asking is, do you do training or do you do anything in that aspect?
So I'm not a trainer yet. I do have aspirations of getting certified. But at this point, I get so excited to help people, especially when they share with me what they're trying to do, because I know how good it makes me feel. And I can't charge you for that. I can't charge you for a good feeling. But I can motivate you. I can encourage you. I am getting to the point. I have a lot of irons in the fire. But the one thing that I'm most proud of through this whole transformation journey is a ebook that I'm working on that talks about my transformation journey. It mentions a few of the things that I've talked about today with you guys, but gives you a little bit more in depth, I guess, my mindset behind these different actions that I took, Mark, kind of giving people a premise or a backstory of why I decided to even look into breathing right. Why pain was sort of kind of addictive for me because of the other things that I was going through in life. I tell this to people all the time. My transformation was rooted in pain. I couldn't change my current situation, but I could change me. And that was my mindset as I was running, as I was going through what I was going through. I'm crying, but I said, if I run fast enough, if I sweat hard enough, people won't see these tears falling from my face. And I knew that it would lead into a better physical appearance for me. But what I didn't expect was a better mental transformation. And what I know now, I would give that information for free because life is so short, man.
Wow. I mean, that's amazing because people, when you shift your mind and you honestly have a transformation, it exudes out of your being. And it affects, your health and everything like that. And people may not be able to put a pin on what it actually is, but it's something that happens in your mind. And it's something that you said on one of your posts, which was, I love myself. And when you really realize that you love yourself, it just came out and exuded into the weight loss. It exuded in, everything. And just to even see you with your family and all that stuff, it's definitely a powerful testimony and a testament of what happens when you truly transform. And I just want to say thank you, bro, because a lot of people will watch and see what you do and never comment. And you will be inspired by who you are, the purpose that you have in your life, and what's coming out of your life. And so just know today that you have inspired people, you are inspiring people, and you will continue to inspire people. I can talk to you all night. We got to set something else up.
Mark, I'm excited. There's so much that I wanted to share that I couldn't share, man. But
where can they find you? You have to tell where they find you.
Oh, so I just started a new Instagram page dedicated totally to fitness. It's called activate.fitness. It coincides with my ebook that I have coming out. It's slated for the beginning of September, which basically talks about my transformation journey, what I did to get where I am, what I do now, and where I'm trying to go. I'm super excited about, my vision for myself. I did want to tell everybody out there, get a vision in mind of what you want to look like. I mean, you can't just be out there blind trying to figure things out on your own. So get an example of what you want to look like and just start. Don't plan to say I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Just dive into it. You'll learn along the way. You'll learn what you need to know. And only be your own harshest critic. Everyone is gonna have their own opinion. But if you're hard on yourself, you're gonna get to that goal that you see for yourself. And you're gonna blink your eyes and it'll be there before you know it. And then you'll be working on the next one.
Tell us that where we can find you again on Instagram, right?
So it's activate.fitness. And y'all go and follow me. I'll be posting. I decided that I needed to go ahead and have a page dedicated totally to fitness. So I'll be having some workouts there. Me and my workout partner, we go hard every day. And that was another community thing that I wanted to input. Have somebody that's going to push you. Have somebody that's not going to take your slacking off. When you go to start that routine at 5 a.m. or 5:30 in the morning, have somebody that's going to call you to say, hey, where are you? Why are you not on time? If you're not on time, you're not serious. If you're not serious, why are you wasting my time? So that's a huge component, getting you accountability partner, getting you somebody that's going to hold you to your own crap that you will normally allow yourself to slack off on. Activate.fitness is my fitness IG. Please go and follow me, you guys. I'll be having a bunch of tips, a bunch of stuff that I used in my transformation journey, just to think about, what I should try for the diet at the time. And I'm not sure if I clarified. I eat everything I want to eat right now. I'm not trying to lose weight any longer. I'm actually trying to gain weight now. My goal weight was 175. Please don't ask me how I got down to 165 and 160. It's embarrassing, but it's because I'm addicted to cardio. And when you're running and you sweating, man, those endorphins hit you and you feel like I can just run forever. So I had to actually.
I'm sorry, I'm not a runner, so I can't run forever. I completed my first 5K, and listen,
Marcus,
it's been the hardest to try to get into to do the 10K. So
it's the breathing. It's the breathing. It's the breathing.
I learned, and like you, I looked up on Facebook. I did my research, and they said you got to breathe through your nose and release through your mouth. And so that is just it's really a mind thing. And one of the things that I really want to point out is get you a coach. I personally believe in coaching, and not just because I'm a coach, but when I learned about myself and learned about my habits and the things that it opened up a world of difference. And similar to in our community, the Black community, we don't believe in therapy. We hold the same thing to coaching. The difference is therapy looks at the past and why you are who you are today. Coaching looks at where you want to be, as Dwayne was saying, and setting that goal and that picture of where you are and putting in the patterns, understanding what it needs to take, who you need to be, the mindset. So get yourself a coach.
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine, man. All of that, I agree with you, man. And if I can wrap all of this up, it's so much that I want to share, but make sure you look out for my ebook that's going to be dropping. I'm sorry. I lost you.
Listen, this new system and stuff, and maybe this cocktail kicked in. you with me now? Can you hear
got
me?
you. Yes.
Okay. No, we're gonna get you back. There's we have to. I think there's power in your message and your story. So we'll work together. We're gonna get you back and we're gonna go deeper because the people they want to hear from you. They want to hear from you. So what's your last piece? We want to make sure we're respectful of the time.
My last piece is make sure you guys be on the lookout for that book that's going to be dropping, where I'll be able to kind of explain this whole thing a little bit more in depth, give you some tips to incorporate into your own situation. But for you all out there that's looking to make a transformation, start figuring out what that is for yourself. What does that look like? Start envisioning what that transformation looks like. And just like I say in my book, start today. Figure out what you can do today. whether that's diet, whether that's exercise. Stop saying I'm gonna do it tomorrow, because life happens and you don't know what that may bring. So do something today. Make yourself proud, and think about yourself 10 years from now, 15 years from now. Will that self be happy
Wow.
with the decision that you made today? Hold yourself accountable. Be excited about life. With COVID and everything going on, you don't know when's the last day. So my intentions and my outlook for life, I'm so excited about what the future is bringing. I'm excited about who I've become through this transformation. About being the best father that I could be and being healthy. I mean, if God say something different, that's different. But I know that I did my part,
Right.
and I feel so good. I just got positivity exuding from my skin cells.
It's coming from you. It's coming from you.
I want everybody to feel that positivity for themselves, so that they can be good people to other people. Because what they say, hurt people hurt people.
What?
Oh.
What?
So
Hurt people. That's right.
Yeah. So make your anything that you can do. The best thing that you can do for a bad situation is make yourself better. And that's the only thing that you have control over. So I just thank you guys for all being interested. Thank you for all of your questions. Thank you for your support. Has motivated me to continue to beat myself up every day, to wake up at 5:30, to wake up at 6. I want to give a special shout out to my wife and my son for just bearing with me through this transformation. You guys mean the world to me. And just thanks for giving me a reason to want to be better.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
Thank you guys. Follow my new Instagram. Be on the lookout for a YouTube page with some workouts and stuff. And I hope that this grows into something that can not only just help me, but help other people.
Yeah. So listen, thank you for taking the time out and sharing your story. Listen, this will be posted on all social media platforms, as well as his contact information, how you can follow him, and information that he shared about his book and so forth. So we'll make sure that we get that on all social media platforms and that you can share out with you. In line with that, I want to tell you something, and you're hot off the line. So because I believe much, I am going to offer 2 people 4 free coaching sessions. 2 people 4 free coaching sessions that will shift and look into your mindset if you're looking to go into a journey. So what I will tell you to do is go like my page at Coach on Facebook, Coach Mark Morton. Look up my page, drop me a line, tell me that you're interested in coaching, that you listen to the broadcast, and that you're interested in coaching, that you're ready for a transformation. Also, too, Dwayne talked about his story, how initially he started doing 30 push-ups and so forth. So today, you are the first partakers of what I'm releasing, a challenge. And nothing complicated. Everybody can do it. It's called the 30-30 challenge. And the 30-30 challenge is there are 4 that you're doing or that you will participate in if you select to do the challenge. And push-ups, I think it's setups. So small, I can't even see right now. Squats, and I think there's one more thing, jumping jacks. So you're going to do 3 sets of 10. It'll take 15 minutes at the most to do it. And you commit for 30 days and just moving. Just that little simple thing, you don't know of an impact that it will have on your body, your journey. So that's the 30 days. If you want to join that challenge, go to my Facebook page at Coach Mark Morton and say that you want to accept the challenge. We will send you a flyer where you can put your picture and say, I accepted the challenge. And all you have to do is determine the 30 days that you want to go, and you go for it. All right? So, Dwayne, man, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Is there anything else that you want to share with the people today? Look, I'm getting real country, the peoples.
The people. Martin, man, just thank you for recognizing all the hard work that I put into this. It was purely selfish for my transformation. This was just something that I wanted to do finally for me. I'm a giver, but I always neglected myself. So thank you for recognizing the hard work that I put into it. And thank you for giving me this platform to share with other people. Hopefully it would inspire them, motivate them to begin their own journeys, that they can realize that it doesn't have to be my journey. It's your own journey, and take ownership of that and be excited about it and be excited of who you're going to become. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. My excitement comes from being inspirational and being motivational. So if I can do that, you guys will make my day. So don't hesitate to reach out and ask any questions. Mark, you're doing an amazing job with your coaching, man. Thanks you for reaching out to me. I'd love to come back and share whatever I can to, help save somebody's life, because that's essentially what we're doing.
Yeah, and that's powerful, and that's the energy that I pick up on, and so that's why I connect to you. So thank you, everyone. We're going to get out of here. Be mindful. So these will be posted again on all social media. Share these with it. Go to also on my YouTube page. It will be posted. You can go there and find it, like it. There's other inspiration. I even have a series on my journey to the 5K, where I literally every day when I train from couch to 5K, I chronicle and videotape me. So you get to hear the struggles, the ups and downs, all those things. And then my last video that I'm going to post in the next 2 weeks is when I crossed the finish line for my first 5K. I went from not believing that I could ever run. I'm talking about down the block to finishing my first 5K.
Yeah.
So
one last thing, Mark. One last thing. Is picking back of what you said. Everybody who's wrote on the text, I don't know how to respond to the chats. It's not letting me respond, but thank everybody for joining us this evening. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know each and every one of you. But what Mark just said was so important. You live with yourself, so you won't see yourself change. So you need to take pictures. You need to record and document, and it's so easy to do that now. That's going to be your motivator. That's going to be your, okay, well, you can't see the physical change in yourself because you're always around yourself. Other people will see it, but you won't be able to see it. So you have to document these changes. Take a picture now, today, where you start. Take a picture next week. And you'll eventually be like myself, where you can't stop taking pictures of yourself. So, because you like what you see. So start documenting, like Mark said, so you can see the beginning and you can see the journey that you're on. It's going to be your biggest motivator, because people can tell you look great. People can tell you how great they think you look. But if you don't see it and if you don't feel it, you will never get to that point. So document your journey, look at yourself and look at the changes in yourself. It's going to encourage you to keep going.